Hello, sister.
Hello, brother.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Brother Sister Show. I feel like I'm gonna say this every single time, but we talk about movies. I feel like I need to let everyone know from the get-go, just in case this is your first time listening to us.
I always have the urge to say this is the talk show with hot questions and even hotter wings.
Why?
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
I don't
Hot
know.
ones, but why?
I don't know.
I was watching a couple of those.
hmm
Like I watch them when they come out. He kind of always looks like he's squinting. Sean Evans.
Yeah,
Is that just a thing that he does? He's a
I
squinter.
I don't know. I mean, maybe after eating that many hot wings, something has to be wrong with you at this point.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because he eats so much hot stuff. I don't know how.
Anyways,
Yeah, whatever.
that just every time we start this, it like makes me think of that, and I like it. I don't. If you notice, you're the one who always has to start it out, because if not, I'm scared
You're
that I'll
frozen.
say that.
Uh, well, welcome back, everyone. Again, we talk about movies, and this week we're talking about Superbad.
But before we get to that,
Before,
what? What's up?
what's
What?
up?
How you been?
Um, I've been all right. I I just been prepping for some tests, so just a lot of work, a lot of studying. Uh, I have seen two movies outside of Superbad since we last spoke,
As
which
have
is
I.
pretty much was the last time we recorded or the last time we spoke.
And I
Um,
haven't talked. I think this is one of the few times. Like sometimes we talk in between recordings, but I think it's one of the few times where I haven't really talked to you.
yeah.
So, well, I know
Even
one movie you
even when we
saw.
started this call, we were like, "You ready? All right, let's
Yeah.
go." One of the movies I saw.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Do you
I know
know?
that you saw The Lighthouse because you texted me that you bought tickets for it.
I did see The Lighthouse, and boy, what a movie! Have you seen it?
Okay, no, no spoilers. I haven't seen it.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna give any spoilers, but
It's good.
uh, I don't really know. I don't really know how to feel about it. I liked it. I liked
Ugh,
it.
I love that though. Even if it's bad, I love when movies make me feel confused.
Oh, I feel very confused. I'll let you know Kayla did not like it, which
I could have predicted that.
um very different from The Witch. It's the same director. I mean, we talked about that on this podcast.
I hear the fuzzy again, the fuzziness.
You hear fuzzy?
I
Uh,
heard her for a second. Oh wait,
I don't know what to do.
no, okay, I don't. It's fine.
We'll cut it in post. We'll cut it in post. Let's just
It
say
was
that.
just that one moment, but yeah. So, oh, it's doing it again. That's weird. And now it's like I hear like a little tapping.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
I wonder if it's my headphones. It might be my headphones.
We can say that.
I don't know. Okay, well, sorry, go on.
The Lighthouse. I liked it. Kayla did not. She really didn't. I feel like if she saw it by herself, she would have walked out.
Really?
Yeah. I
Why do you
mean,
think that is? Do you think it's just one of those movies that's just not like it's just not her type of movie?
yeah, I definitely think it was just that. Like it wasn't. It was. I don't know how to say this without like giving away too much, but it was a slow burn for sure.
Oh, well, I mean, it's the same guy that did The Witch, of course.
Yeah, yeah. But there was no relief almost, which was cool
Yeah.
because I don't even know what to think about it now. And I saw it Friday night.
Oh, that's not a spoiler to me because knowing that director,
Yeah.
that's very him.
Mhm.
So, I'm excited to see it. I think I might see it this week.
Oh, I loved Robert Pattinson and oh
Oh,
my gosh,
how dare you? How
Willem Dafoe.
fucking
Willem
dare you?
Dafoe.
Oh my god.
He's both of them fantastic.
I was about to hang up. How dare you?
They were both fantastic. They were. I can't say enough about their performance. It was fantastic. But yeah, I saw Lighthouse and I saw The Addams Family, the animated one.
Oh.
Yeah, quite the. I saw them like back to back. Like I saw Lighthouse, and then the following day I saw Addams Family. There it was fun. Like I'd never seen. I don't know anything about the Addams Family. Kayla wanted to see it. I felt bad because I really didn't know. I hadn't seen any trailers to Lighthouse. Like I obviously knew it was like I knew about it and I knew like the hype to it. It was like really anticipated, but I didn't know anything about it. And so I felt kind of bad like bringing Kayla into that. So we went to go see the Addams Family. It was fun. It's kind of funny. I don't know if you've ever seen the live action Addams Family, but I've never seen anything about it. Like
I
I don't know
have.
any.
They're on Hulu. I would definitely recommend. I mean, did you like this one, the animated one?
I did. It was kind of funny. Like there were some parts where I did more than just the nose exhale laugh.
You should watch the live action ones. At least the not I think there's multiple. There's like tons of them, but the ones that are the most recent, um, I don't know exactly what year, maybe the 90s. You should watch those. Those are really good.
And the voice actors are like surprisingly good. Like I knew this movie was coming out, but I didn't know anything about it. And Oscar Isaac
Yeah,
is
I just knew he was in it.
Oscar Isaac, Finn Wolfhard, Nick Kroll, Snoop Dogg, Martin Short, like a lot of Titus Burgess, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in it. A lot of like big name people, which I didn't really know. Snoop Dogg was kind of a surprise, but
Charlize Theron's in it too. I think she plays the mom.
yeah, she does. But yeah, those are quite the ends of the spectrum as far as film goes, but I liked both of them. They were both good. And that's pretty much it. Just work and movies.
So I guess I can recap my past 2 weeks with movies as well. But these were actually in the same day. Oh, actually, I can add on a third one that I saw. I don't know if I've told you about it, but so I saw a week ago, I think. I saw Zombieland 2.
Oh yeah, I saw that one too. I forgot about that. I had like
Oh,
two other movies that I forgot about until right now.
what was the
But
other ones?
so for my film analysis class, we watched oh my gosh, In the Mood for Love.
Oh, I don't know
I don't know if you've ever
what
seen
that's.
it.
No.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic movie. Highly recommend it. But
Oh,
yeah, I
really?
also saw Zombieland.
Yeah, that
I'm interested to
was
think how you think.
Zombieland?
Yeah.
Oh, it was terrible.
What?
I hated it.
You hated it?
It was like a straight to DVD movie.
I absolutely loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I loved that movie. That was so funny. That was a funny movie. Like,
Zombieland 2.
yeah,
I can't tell if you're fucking with me.
I'm not. Like, I had a fun time watching that movie.
I hated I think I laughed maybe once.
Do you remember what part?
No. I don't remember most of that movie.
Okay,
But it
like,
was
wasn't needed by any means, but it was like, okay, that was cool, I guess.
I I mean, I guess I'm the only one because I texted mom and she said she liked it. But
Oh,
but I and this doesn't do because I know you texted me and said that some people said, "Why do I hate every movie?" I don't hate every movie, but I hated this one.
starting
It
the
was
record
just
off
so
straight.
actually, the best part of it was the after credit scene with Bill Murray. That was the
Uh,
only
yeah, that
part that
was
I
cool.
actually liked.
That was cool. I like that.
But I just thought it was just so bad. I don't know. I hated it. But I digress. Um uh, there are some things of it I think were fine. The whole going to what was it even called? That Utopia place? I forgot what the fuck it was called. But that
Oh,
whole
something with a
thing,
B.
that was stupid. The boy part of it was dumb. I didn't like the extra people they brought in. The girl that was like lived in the freezer, that was not needed. I just the reason I hate when, and also Rosario Dawson, like that was dumb. The only two people that I was like, oh, this was funny was Luke Wilson and Thomas Middleditch. That was like the funniest, I guess, part to me. And I also love, I don't care if I spoil this movie, but I also love that they died so quickly.
Yeah.
That was really funny. So like, but I feel like it's one of those, I mean, we should have talked about this, I guess, last week about the whole like reboots and sequels and stuff. But that's what I hate about sequels or reboots is that they don't take they try to some of them try to like differ from the original so much that it doesn't work. What made the first one, the first Zombieland so good was the four, like the dynamic between the main four.
Yeah.
And it was funny, like when they brought Bill Murray in and then they killed him instantly. Like that was funny, and they did that with this, but then they had characters that they kept, and I didn't like that part. I wish that they would have done something with the four of them rather
Mm,
than like add more people. I didn't think they needed to do that, or if they did, make better, like write better characters. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's just my opinion.
I also wasn't expecting a whole lot from this movie. Like I was just it was just a fun time. It was just a fun time, okay? I don't
Well,
hate fun times.
it
No,
was
I
see, it
honestly
wasn't a fun time to me. That's
I
what I'm.
I wasn't expecting a whole lot. So
Oh,
I had the bar set pretty low and it hit it. So
oh, I same, and it didn't get anywhere near it. But next one. So these next two movies. Oh wait, did I say three?
I think so.
What else did I see? I don't know. I'll just talk about these two. So these next two movies, I saw them yesterday. I saw them both yesterday, and they were both like two different, totally different experiences. So the first one was Kanye's new. I don't. I guess it's a movie. I don't know what to call it. Experience, whatever. The IMAX one. Jesus is King for his new
Oh,
album. What?
I wait, something just happened.
What?
Sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was a thing. What are you talking about?
Jesus is King.
I know the album is a thing, but what's this IMAX experience?
I don't know. So Sebastian wanted to go see it. So we went.
Okay.
And it I haven't listened to the album, so I think from what I understand, like only like three of the songs are in it. It's kind of like a I don't want to compare it to like Lemonade, but it was kind of like that where it's like a visual, but it wasn't an album because it didn't have all the songs. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, honestly, because I don't know. I don't really know what it was.
Is it like
But
the
I
Justin
also
Bieber thing? Never say never?
No, it wasn't like a concert. If it was a concert, that'd be more interesting. It was just a bunch of different shots. It was like very artsy. Um, I don't understand IMAX, so it was an IMAX, which I guess it's supposed to be like better visuals and better sound, but I couldn't tell the difference. Um,
Hmm.
and there was like other than us two, there was like maybe 15 other people in the theater, and it was a big theater, so that was
That's
weird.
fun.
Somebody brought a baby. That was
Aw,
strange.
Jesus
So
is King.
overall, it was not. I didn't really care for it. Um, it was just weird. It was a weird experience. I didn't understand. It felt like it was 55 minutes, and so when we bought the tickets, I was like, "Oh God, here we go." And I thought it would be long, but it it felt like we sat down, and then it played for like 10 minutes, and then it was over. It felt very, very short. There were
What did
some parts that I kind of liked. So it was like a bunch of different visuals intercut with That choir that he sings with every like Sunday now.
Oh, the
Do you
Sunday
know about
service
that?
thing? Yeah.
Yeah. So the choir was very good, and they had different like songs that they sang that were not his, and that was cool, I guess, but it
That's
was weird.
weird. Like, why wouldn't
Yeah.
you support your own music during?
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, whatever. I didn't care for it. I just thought it was like a weird it just wasn't needed.
What does
And
Sebastian
also
think?
um I don't know. I think he liked it. I don't really want to Kanye is very important to him, so I don't want to say like what his thoughts were. So I'll just like if he wants to release them to us, then he can. But
Put
for
out a
me, I
statement.
did not like it. Yeah. I didn't like it. I thought it was very, I don't know, like, I don't want to get into Kanye right now. But what I will say is just like how his trajectory is going, I have the same feeling about that I felt about this, which was just disappointment.
Mm.
Alrighty.
All right.
But now to the main event. I saw Parasite.
Ooh.
And to I don't I'm assuming if people like film, then they listen to this, but I think the majority are just people that we know and they're like listening as a favor or as like to be supportive. But Parasite is a movie that has been raved about for months now.
Yeah.
And it's a movie I hate when people say this about movies when they say to go in not knowing anything because I feel like and that it makes it a good experience because I feel like that should be with any movie. Like you shouldn't have to have a base knowledge unless it's like a sequel or something. Um, but I truly do. If you are going to see this movie, don't know any like don't research it. Don't read any reviews. Just go and see it.
Ooh.
It is very. It's like I don't want to like you said about Lighthouse. I don't want to give too much away. It is so good.
I haven't seen it. I want to.
You need to go see it. It's and I hate overhyping movies too, but it
The
is
hype
as
is
good
real.
as it really is. It's as good as everybody says it is. And it's very unexpected. It goes in ways that like in places that you don't expect. You think it's gonna do one thing, it does another. Like it's so good and it is truly an experience. And it
Coming
sounds
from
so dumb.
you, coming
I
from you,
know.
this is so funny.
I know. I hate how I sound right now, but it is so good. If you're not going to listen to any recommendation we ever give, this is the one that you should because it is very, very good.
All right, there you have it.
I'm excited for you to see it. Maybe we can talk about it more in depth when you see it and when there's more of like when it's more widely released because I don't want to give spoilers to it.
Do you know if it like when or if it will be released on a wider scale?
I don't actually. They said there's some controversy about it because they said that it's like released nationwide, but it really isn't. I think it's still considered limited release because we saw it in. I think it's only available right now at the Draft House, at one of the
Wow.
Draft Houses.
I was very surprised that any theater in College Station was showing The Lighthouse. I feel like
Yeah, same.
I felt like I wasn't gonna be able to see the movie, but you know, it was there.
Fun fact: the Kanye one, it was only in one theater in Austin, and we found it.
Like in the country?
No, in Austin.
Uh,
I
interesting.
think there might have been more, but yeah, go see Parasite.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Is it not in College
Uh,
Station?
not from what I saw. I mean, this weekend I looked because I had a pretty open weekend. I wanted to see a movie, and The Lighthouse was one of the only ones that I saw that were like caught my eye.
Well, maybe are you going to San Antonio for the retirement party?
Yeah, I'll be there for that. So maybe then.
Maybe we can find time. I'll go see it again.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
You know what? And I think even Kayla would like it.
Oh, we'll see.
She's like, no.
Listening to this right now, just how dare you?
Alrighty.
Let's get into it. I didn't take a whole lot of notes for this one.
I didn't either. I feel like we could just go, like, we could just stick with the structure that we did last time, kind of going through like different plot points if you
Yeah.
want, but
All right.
super bad.
That intro, that was a fantastic introduction.
And I didn't, so I've seen parts of Superbad. I think it's like one of those movies that's always on like TNT or TBS or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen the intro, and I really liked it, and it was actually kind of unexpected. I wouldn't think that they would use that kind of intro.
Yeah, I did. You see that introduction? I mean, this will come out before we release.
I know you're gonna ask, but no, I didn't.
It's like it looks very similar.
Oh, wait, did I? I might have, but I didn't. No, I didn't like
Will like knowingly.
directly. We should say what we're talking about.
Oh yeah, so the
But
intro is like almost like the I or the Apple commercials where it was like just silhouettes and like the colors, and the
yeah.
iPod was the only thing that was like white in it, but everything else was
Hmm.
like colorful. It was like that, but it was Jonah Hill and Michael Cera like dancing,
Yeah.
which is really cool. I like that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Besides the Apple commercials. Apple did it first.
Well, and this, when did this come out? Oh, 2007. Hmm. Where was I 2007?
We were still in Alaska.
Were we?
Yeah, we came down 2008, I think.
Oh, wow.
I definitely didn't see this whenever it came out.
No. Have you
Partially
seen it
because I
before?
was 7. Like you said, like I've seen,
Parts of it.
yep, like a large majority of it, but never in like one sitting. I feel like a lot of little things where I was like, I didn't really remember that, but that's really funny.
Well, it starts off strong. But
It
you know what?
does.
I feel like a lot of teen movies do this where it starts off with like one of them picking the other one up for school. Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Um, but this one was very, when I saw that, I was like, oh God, here we go. They're just gonna make some quick jokes. And I kept having, like, one thing about this movie I kept having to remind myself was that it came out in 2007. Because some jokes I was like, oh, that's kind of like overdone, right? But I feel like during this time it
It
was
hadn't been done.
fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Just like the like your mom's hot kind of jokes.
Mm.
That was the first thing I could think of when he but the thing too was how I loved how like filthy they were, but they didn't really like call each other out on it. They kind of played into it. Like their first conversation is talking about how they're going to get quality porn, but it's like they were talking about what they were going to eat for lunch.
Yeah, it was all they were all nonchalant about
But I liked that. Like
it.
it felt very real that like boys would just talk like that or just teens.
Yeah. Yeah, those are funny. Like it lets you know what you're getting yourself into right from the get go.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. And then they
What's your
got to school. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. I was gonna say what was your next note? Because mine is when is following Michael Cera. Whenever he says goodbye to Becca, and then they're walking in the same direction, and then he just like has to walk faster. It's like,
Well,
bye.
are you skipping the part when you're going ahead? Well, first of all, I didn't take any notes. But do you remember so the he first of all, he parked in the teacher's parking lot, which why the fuck would you do that?
He's like, chill. I'm just gonna go get a Red Bull. But then he like doesn't move his car.
And then that kid, my favorite part too is when that kid like harasses him and he like spits on him and Michael Cera's just like waiting in the back.
Yeah, he like doesn't do anything. Like it's so it seems like it should be a bigger thing because it's like a bullying scene, but it's just like it was so like not a big thing. I don't know.
But I
Like
think, sorry, what?
I don't know. You go.
Well, I think that's one thing I really liked about this movie too is how, and the reason I like why they just like start, they don't really ease you into these people. But I like that they felt one thing about characters that I look for is if they feel real and if the like world feels lived in. Like you can tell for me, it's not hard to believe um that they're best friends, right?
Yeah.
And that's really hard. I feel like that's really hard to do casting wise. Like you don't, especially with Jonah Hill and Michael Cera, I don't think they knew each other before this, but it's very weird to me that they didn't. Like it seems like they have known each other for so long.
Yeah.
And even like if you bring in McLovin, like it does feel like you can just see by the way that they interact with each other, you build this storyline about them. Where like Jonah Hill's, or I think his name's Evan, right? Or is he Seth? No, he's Seth.
Yeah.
So
Johnny Hill stuff.
Seth is more. He's the one that is like the loudest one. He calls all the shots, and he's the personality. Michael Cera is just like his sidekick, and he kind of just goes along with what he says. All he wants to do is just maybe kiss the girl he likes. He's very, he's just very. He's not as loud, and he doesn't need to be. And then McLevin is just that weirdo that they hang out with, but
Yeah.
you can tell they like talk shit about him behind his
Oh
back.
yeah, for sure.
And I just like that you can tell that. I can tell all of that between like within the first 15 minutes without them actually having to say it. And that
Yeah.
marks like a good movie and good writing.
Yeah, and then it was so funny because like you can tell that he's such a big personality. What's his name? Jonah Hill's character.
Yeah.
And then when as soon as that guy like stands up to him, he's just like all that goes away, and he's
Yeah.
just like he just like takes the spit, like
Well,
literally, he just like takes it.
and it's so real. It's just like how like teens do that all the time. I did that, like where you just fake where you're like hot shit, but you as soon as somebody calls you out on it, you like crumble.
Mm-hmm.
And they do that really well. And just how like going back to what you said about when they were trying to say bye and they like walked in the same direction, just the awkwardness feels so real. And was it was cringy, but it wasn't like hard to watch, which is really hard to balance. There's a lot of movies I feel secondhand embarrassment so heavily that
Yeah.
some movies are really hard for me to watch, but this one wasn't hard to watch.
Mm-hmm. It was so funny because he like he had to walk so fast just to get away, so he didn't have
Oh,
to
I
interact with
forgot.
it.
He like was basically running.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
I
was
love teens.
that was
Oh,
so funny.
that was really good. Was that after the home ec class or before?
No, that was before.
That's before.
Yeah,
Uh,
because my next note is excuse me, it's Fogel's story where he's like
oh
him because he's like following this girl just to look at her butt because she has a g-string or a thong,
yeah, you can see it.
and then he's like, I told her the time.
Is it weird to watch him because he's basically you like 4 years ago?
That was my life.
Where is that guy now? What does he do?
He was in Kick-Ass, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm curious to see what he looks like now. I bet he looks exactly the same.
I think he does.
Let's
He
see.
was he was in Kick-Ass. He was Red Mist in Kick-Ass 2, I think. That's the only thing, like the last thing I remember him from.
He looks like an adult.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was so funny. Yeah, home ec happened.
Oh,
Nothing
and that's when
really.
we meet Emma Stone. This was her first movie. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, I just read that. I was looking at some trivia right before we called, so I
Oh.
learned that very recently. But yeah, which that's a good one.
To be your first one.
Yeah, she's good in it.
Yeah, for somebody that it's not like where you're not the main person, she still stands out.
Yeah.
And
Hold
then
up.
that's when McLovin comes in
Yeah.
to his,
Tells the story.
it's not his class.
Yeah.
And he tells them that he's gonna get a fake ID.
Yeah.
And then they're like, perfect, we can get the perfect teen thing is to just come up with a plan, not have any sort of way, like not have any sort of backup, just assume that everything's gonna go exactly your way.
Yeah. Put
And
all your
so they
money into one plan.
and so she gives them, and also she gives them money. Like, girl, so she gives them money so that they can go and get alcohol for them. But I guess, oh, she said that she was gonna, like, if you're gonna have a party, how is she gonna get alcohol in the first place?
Yeah. I don't even know.
Or maybe she wasn't, because she didn't drink.
No, she was because like she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw a party. I gotta get drinks for everyone. But
Oh,
also like a whole party, $100 for alcohol. Like I feel like that's not enough, right? Like how many people?
um, I mean, take into account inflation from
Oh my
2007.
god.
Maybe you could get. I don't know though. You have to take into account they're high school kids too, so they're probably a bunch of lightweights. So like 2 drinks will get them drunk.
I guess.
So you could, for the amount of alcohol they had, they only because at the end when they were like running, when they had like bags, when McLevin had the bags with him, it wasn't a ton of stuff. Like he only had 2 bags.
That's true.
So I think that's realistic.
All right. I
And
won't
plus,
argue.
it's a high school kid. Like, of course, she only has $100.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even spend $100 on alcohol. As an adult, there's something called BYOB.
B.O.B.
But yeah, so they come up with that plan, and then after that's when McLovin comes with the ID, right? Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
There's one part, another awkward part though with Michael Sarah. I think that's after they get the ID. But another one of my favorite parts is when he's trying to like punch her like friendly,
He
like in a
punches her
friendly
boob.
way. He punches her in the boob.
It's like
Oh,
someone bumps into him and he just like punches her in the boob straight up.
what? I don't. That's so embarrassing.
Yeah, I don't
What do
even
you
know
do?
what do you. Yeah, I don't even know what you do at that point. Just crawl up and then just take a nap on the floor at
That's
that
another
point.
example of perfect casting because the way he like was trying to say sorry, but he couldn't get it out, and he just like walked away, was perfect.
He like kept on saying sorry.
Okay,
Yeah, it's so awkward.
and then after that, they go to I think Evan's place, Michael Sarah's place,
Yeah, school's out. School's out.
and he wants to. So Seth, which is Jonah Hill's character, wants to dress nice or something. Like, what were they even talking about?
I don't remember. All I remember is that they were playing games,
Oh yeah.
and then Michael
Oh.
Cera's like, "It's like, why do they even make these if you can't even beat them?" Or something like that, because he keeps on dying.
And then, oh, I remember Jonah Hill's character is like putting on Michael Sarah's clothes, but it was too
Oh,
tight.
he's like, "Why you shop at Baby Gap?" That's what he says. Yeah.
Dude, Michael Cera was so nice to him. Because he could have like made fun of him, but he was just like, oh, well, you can wear something of my dad's.
Yeah, he could have been like, "You're fat." Ended his
Yeah.
career.
Ugh, what a good friend.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I felt like that was a big thing throughout the whole movie. I mean, it just showed how nice Evan or Michael Cera was just as a character, but he could have like there were so many opportunities where he could have just been like, "Yo, bro, you know what? Enough of you." But
yeah.
whatever.
And then, oh, and then they went to the liquor store. I love that scene.
Yeah, the I actually took a note about this part is because Fogel was like freaking out. He was like, "I don't know if I can do this, guys." And then Jonah Hill's like, "I'm gonna cut your face off and then tape it to mine and then go in there and do it myself." He's like, "You don't have the technology or the technique to pull something like that off."
That's something Oprah would say.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't even joking. Like, he really meant that. Like
You can't
he
do
took it so
that.
serious. It's impossible, bro. That was so funny.
Oh, and we have to take a minute to talk about McLovin's vest.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, next year when you have, did you plan your Halloween costume or you just like threw something together?
Oh, I threw something together.
Because next year you should be McLovin. Find the vest.
Ooh. Be McLovin and Joker.
Yeah,
That's not a bad idea.
you're welcome. Find two
I could...
friends if you can, so that they can be Evan and
Hey,
Seth.
this is a big campus. There's got to be two people here.
One with a fro, one that is really awkward
Got
and
it.
has a hoodie.
Yeah, why is he wearing that?
I don't know. He's one of those kids. He's definitely one of those kids that, well, that's a perfect age for that phase where you just wear hoodies all the time, no matter what the weather.
Yeah. I mean, weren't there seniors?
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I feel like that was like middle school. Everyone was wearing hoodies.
Yeah, same.
But
You never know. It could be maybe he's awkward enough in high school, and we also only see them in one day of their life.
that's true.
So who knows if he wore that all the time.
Who knows?
Anyways. But he finally went in and bought the liquor. Which, how do you not instantly see that kid and like, no, you're not 21. Get out of my store.
Yeah, like I feel like out of all three of them, right? Jonah Hill, they should Fogel would have been. They did this all wrong. This is how you do it. This is how you should. How the. All right, let me get this straight. This is how they should have done it, right? So Fogel, he has the fake ID guy, but obviously Fogel doesn't look like he's even remotely close to 21. They should have got Jonah Hill's character to get the fake ID, but that would have been a boring movie. I see that now
Yeah.
as I'm saying it. But yeah, I don't know. I really
And
don't.
then, just as he's trying to buy the liquor, he gets punched straight in the damn face.
It's like knocked out. It's so funny.
I know that the like cops come in, but I didn't remember why. And when he got punched, it kind of like it's like jolted me. Like it was like weird
Yeah, I was
because
like,
it just happens
oh,
out of nowhere, right?
oh yeah. He's like about to hand her like the cash or something, and then he just gets decked in the face. It's so funny.
And then the cops come. Oh
Which,
wait, between that, he gets hit. Seth gets hit with the car.
oh
With
yeah, he
I
uh
love that guy. That actor is so creepy looking.
yeah, his
I
eyes are
love
really
him.
big. Have you seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Parts, yeah, I've seen like some episodes.
He's really funny. He's Boyle. That's his name in him. Boyle. He's like, yeah, hey, I'm a nice guy, and he says that to him.
It's like because he has like a warrant out for his arrest, right? He's like a
Yeah.
non-violent crime.
Yeah, he does
Just a
say it.
guy that looks like that with a warrant out for his arrest, I don't trust.
He's like, hey, I'm a nice guy.
Why didn't he just drive away?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I
Because
guess
like
they
the
have his
cops are like
license
right
plate.
there.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true, yeah. So that happens, and then between that, oh wait, no, I think the cops come before that, but they come like super quick.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, okay, that's what happened. Seth and Evan like ran because they saw that one girl that used to go to high school there, and they wanted to like see her boobs,
Oh yeah, because she had
and
like
then
a
they
breast reduction surgery.
yeah, and and then Michael Cera's character like knew he was like defending it, and he knew all the like plot points. He was like, because Jonah Hill was like, why would she do that? And he said, yeah, well, it like strains your back.
Yeah. She has like back problems, man. He's like, that's like slapping God with something like that.
And then they come back, and the cops are there, which I would never cast those two as cops, but it was perfect.
Oh yeah. I mean, for the kind of cops that they were,
I
yeah.
guess that's true, yeah.
Like they weren't good cops by any means.
No, they were the worst cops. That's another two pairing though that like this movie just does this really well where you can just see their history that they've always like this isn't the first night that they've done something stupid.
Hmm. They're always ready for everything dumb that happens throughout the night.
Yeah. They're the type of cops that just get drunk on the job.
Yeah.
So that
And
happens and then McLovin like goes with them.
and Seth and Evan think that Fogel's being arrested.
Yeah.
So then they take off with the creepy dude, the
Oh, to
Mr.
get
Nice
beer.
guy. Yeah. To go get beer because he's like, what does he say? He's like, I'm going to a friend's party. I'll get you guys some beer. I'll get you hooked up. And I think
Oh,
that's a good idea.
and then my favorite part too is when he's like on the phone with him.
Yeah. He's like his hype man.
Wait, what?
He's like his hype man because he's
Oh yeah,
talking
he's talking to that
to,
girl.
yeah, he's talking to the girl. He's like, bro, you're gonna get it tonight. Like all that stuff.
He's like, who are you talking to? That guy is so creepy. I loved him. But I liked that they kind of split the two, that there was like two storylines going on with
Yeah.
McLevin and the cops, and then Seth and Evan and the creepy guy. But I think the party one stressed me out. Just
Really?
like all those adults there, and then he's like dancing with that girl, like all that stuff. And then when Michael Cera goes into that room, and then all those guys go in there and like close the door. I don't know, that just like stressed me out. But the stuff with the cops, like that was kind of more fun to me. Like
Yeah,
they
like
went in there trying to chase that guy, and then they just like had a beer.
yeah, they definitely balanced it out.
Two weird misadventures, but very entertaining.
Yeah, I don't remember the order of everything that happens after that, but I remember like the general idea. So like so as far as Fogel's character, he's like, "Hey, can you drop me off here?" And then cuz they don't want him to take the bus, and then they get called to a bar, and then they go to the bar instead of dropping him off cuz they're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, let's drop you off after. Is that cool?" And it's like a homeless dude just like being angry, and then Fogel ends up like, well, it they set it up to where it looks like Fogel knocked out the homeless dude, but he just like ran into a wall or
Yeah.
something like that. And the cops are just like, bro, Fogel's the man.
And I love the like what's the word? The dichotomy, I don't know if that's a word, between how Fogel is with his like real friends with Seth and Evan, and how they treat him. They kind of treat him as like a punching bag, and they just like
Yeah.
talk shit about him and to him. But when he's with the cops, they like worship him. They love him. And they're so heartbroken when he leaves them. I guess we could just skip to that. But that party scene was just I don't know. Ugh, there's a lot happened. But
That's
then
so funny. All those scenes.
and then they ran out, and Seth gets hit by a car again, by the cop car. And then
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize that was the second time.
yeah,
It
he
just hit me
just
right now.
keeps getting hit by cars.
It just hit me just like it hit him. That he got hit twice. And the second time it was the cop car. That's so funny.
They make him hold hands. That was yeah. But yeah, that was like I think my I loved how they were so upset. Like they could have just if McLovin just ran away with them. I guess they like I don't know why, or they were upset because oh, I know why. Because I mean, if you like they hit the kid so they don't want to get like in trouble just like that one guy.
Yeah.
But I think they're more like heartbroken that McLovin would leave them.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the effort they go to like go find McLovin is very funny to me. But they eventually end up at the party. They go on the bus and then they see the homeless guy that McLovin knocked out, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they have a little confrontation with him. Then they leave. It's just like a whole night of just like everything going wrong. But eventually they end up at the party.
They make it.
They make
Jules's party. I feel like we didn't talk about that.
what?
The Oh no, we did. We did.
Yeah, we
Never
did.
mind.
Another, but like I wonder the timeline because it seemed like they got there super late.
Probably, but I don't think anyone really cared. They probably were just happy that they brought alcohol.
Oh, and I got really upset when he put it in the detergent thing.
Oh,
Like that's just gonna taste like detergent.
he was like, "It's green beer." I know
Like,
you're
why
gonna
was that
love
a good
this.
idea? That that made me so mad.
I don't know. I mean, he was a little drunk, so I don't think he really cared.
No, probably not.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's absolutely fantastic movie. So funny. What else?
A lot of stuff happened, but I feel like the main one is that, like, well, there's a huge plot point we didn't even talk about, but like all this funny stuff happened, but the core of it is the friendship between the two, and you learn from the beginning that that Seth didn't get into the school that they both planned to go to together,
Yeah.
and I think it's hmm.
What are you
So
trying to
they
say?
that is like a running theme throughout is that not only is Evan going to go to a different school, but he's also going to be rooming with McLovin,
Yeah.
but he didn't want to tell him that. And so that's like a whole that's one thing that they set up from the beginning and they are like really not wanting to tell him, but then it kind of comes out I think at the party, right? They like have a
Um.
fight and it comes out and that's like one of the I guess climaxes is that he finds out and he's like really pissed and so they have this huge fight and it just you can see like throughout the movie even though it's a comedy and we're like kind of just touching on all the funny parts it is about like a real friendship and how they only have like a certain amount of time together before they go off to their respective paths.
Mhm.
But yeah, and there that's just them struggling with it through this really funny way and like this weird storyline, but it is just about friendship. But yeah, and and also the main theme of this episode that we're coming back to is just coming of age, and I have a weird thing about that phrase because I don't think really you ever just like come of age. I feel like it's a constant thing, but it's more prominent when you're a teenager. So it's a lot about like teenage movies and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did that really well, but in a way that people want to see, if that makes sense. Like a comedy is easier to digest the like really serious things, and they did that really well.
Yeah. I mean, that was a perfect segue into our segment. Did you want to go into it?
Yeah, we can. I have some fun facts though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Go for
I
it.
just have a few. Um, so the two main characters are named Seth and Evan, and they're named after Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, which um are real life best friends, and they wrote this script for this movie. I think like the first draft of it when they were 13.
Which insane. I wonder what the difference is between the like the first draft and like what we actually saw.
I bet it changed a little bit. I mean, because I think they had it for a while before they ever made the movie, obviously. But I think probably the storyline was the same.
Mhm.
And it changed a lot, I think, because originally in an interview I heard that Seth Rogen, he originally wanted to play Seth. Because I think because him and Evan Goldberg have written a lot of things together. But this was like one of the first movies, I think, that they wrote.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to play Seth, and I think they were just gonna find an Evan.
Yeah, but he aged out
But
of it, right?
yeah, he thought, which is what's strange about that though is that Jonah Hill is only 2 years younger than him.
Yeah. He's like 20, he was 22 or 23 at the time.
23.
Yeah, that's
Which Seth Rogen did not look. He looks older than he does now. He did not look 25.
really? I
To me, I think
guess.
he looked older than
Older?
25. Seth Rogen?
Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
He looked pretty young.
Yeah, I guess.
He
I wouldn't
only
have
had
guessed
like
25. I would have
he
guessed like
only
30.
maybe. I can see that. Yeah,
But yeah.
that is a fun fact.
And then oh, this is like a really wholesome one. So, well, Jonah Hill, I I've been listening to a lot of podcasts with him, and he did say that at first they didn't want to cast Jonah Hill because I think Seth met him when they were filming I think it was Knocked Up. And when they were filming that, he told him like, "Hey, I want to be in your movie." And they were going to put him as a different role. I don't know which one. Um I think for the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I
Uh,
think him. I don't know, but so so he they were gonna have him play him, but he was like, "No, I want to play Seth." And that's when they told him like, "No, you're too old." And while they were filming Knocked Up in I think Seth Rogen's trailer, he recorded an audition for them, and that's
yeah,
when they decided to have him.
yeah. I've
Um,
seen the like a clip of that. That's really
yeah.
funny.
And so when they were casting, so he got the role, and then when they were casting Evan, because Jonah and Seth were already friends, they said that they weren't really casting for a good actor. They just wanted to cast for a new best friend to like add to their
The group.
yeah, which I thought
Yeah,
was very wholesome.
that's a wholesome that's a wholesome fact right there.
And I think that's true because I think to this day, him and Michael Cera, I don't know about Seth Rogen, but at least Jonah Hill and Michael Cera are still good friends, I think.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, like you were talking about earlier, like their friendship felt natural, and I'm sure that had a part in like their real life relationship.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they look so natural together. And I think that has to do with partly good acting. I think they're both really good actors, but also just good casting and having like good luck with it with finding him.
Hmm.
Okay. Another one that is very funny to me is that Dave Franco, which I didn't catch this when I first watched it. I might have not paid attention, but do you
Oh,
remember
I
when
caught him. Yeah, that was in my notes, but we just kind of went past it. But
yeah. So it's the guy um he's what does he play? He's
he's
like
on
on
the
the
soccer
field, right?
field. Yeah,
And so
and
they yell at him, right?
yeah, he's like, "Shut up!" Whatever his character's name is. Didn't you pee your pants or like quit peeing your pants or something like that? He's like, "Bro, that was 8 years ago." And then Jonah Hill's like, "We never forget, man."
But my favorite part about that is that they didn't know he was James Franco's brother. And there's a quote that says, "We were just staring at him like, what's wrong with this guy?" And obviously, Seth Rogen and James Franco knew each other since Freaks and Geeks.
Yeah.
And James Franco is like, I think, obsessed with him. But either way, that's very funny to me.
I have
Another one. Oh,
These
sorry.
are the ones that I added after. You go ahead and read them, but I
Oh,
just
no. No, go ahead.
okay. So Michael Sarah's mother actually read the script before he did, and she was the one who convinced him to try out for the part. Which go her, because that I can't imagine like reading that script and the amount of like vulgar words and just the everything in it. I guess his part is like not as bad, but
I feel like I wonder if this is a good question to ask mom, but I wonder if she would do that. If she would be like, "Yeah, you should be in this." You know? I mean, I feel like if she reads a movie and if she thought it was funny,
yeah,
then I think she would. Or maybe his mom just had the foresight to be like,
This is good
Oh,
for.
this is funny, but also it's going to be an important movie.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
just I thought that was funny because
That is
like
very
his
funny.
mom did that. But also, probably the most important fun fact
Oh
is that
God, how did I know you were gonna?
Eminem says that this is his favorite movie of all time. That's if it's good enough for Eminem, it's good enough for anyone.
Yeah, he's not afraid to admit that. Sorry.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry.
Stop. Oh, let's just go straight into our segment. I don't even want
And all your Eminem jokes you can get from me.
to enough. So you talk about our segment. This is your movie.
Okay. So, because we mentioned it. So, because this is a very popular coming of age movie, we decided that we are going to rank our top 5. Did you rank them or you just put top 5?
I have a very rough ranking system.
Okay.
I have 6. I can't decide between the two. My number one. The other 4, they're not lesser, but they're like the 2 that I picked to be number one are definitely my number ones. But the other
Got it.
4 are like, yeah, they're fantastic, but I don't know about number one. Do
Okay,
you want
well,
to go through?
sorry.
Oh, uh, you go.
Okay. Do you want me to do like what we did last time? Like we both do our number 5s and then number 4s and
Yeah, yeah. And at the end we can do because we asked everyone on Instagram. If you didn't answer it on Instagram, you missed out this time. But people answered our question because we asked the same thing to them. We can read them out after. But yeah, go for it.
yeah.
Number 5.
Okay, and also to qualify this, we didn't say like what exactly a coming of age is. Like that's kind of to define on your own. Um,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
that makes
say.
sense.
It's because
Yeah.
like tradition, like more commonly, coming of age means like in your teenage years, like movies that are about teens. But I feel like any movie could be if you have an argument you could make, uh, then a movie could be a coming of age movie.
Oh yeah. Okay. So my number 5 is Brooklyn. Have you seen it?
No.
Really? You should watch it. It's a good one.
Okay.
Um, I think you'll see a theme throughout the rest of mine. I don't know if you're looking at mine right now.
Oh, I didn't even see that yours were down
Okay.
there.
Yeah, don't look at them. But I guess whenever I say them, you'll see a theme. So this is the one that kind of it's not according to that. But it's just like to give a base overview. It's of a girl that she's moving away from Ireland to New York. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's about that. It's about her finding love in New York and then having to go back to Ireland and finding love there. Like it's just like a very she's torn between two places. And I
Mm-hmm.
really liked that it was a very big big symbol for like being torn between your identities and like who you are if you are where you're from, if you are who you're becoming, like that kind of thing. It's a really good movie that centers around that.
All right. I gotta check it out. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. My number 5. This movie I think about a lot. It's Mr. Nobody. Now
Oh,
this one
okay. I haven't seen it, but you've talked
you
about
haven't
it.
seen it?
No, I haven't.
Uh, my good friend David. You know David.
Yeah.
He told me to watch this movie like freshman or sophomore year, and he was like, "Bro, you just watch it." And I watched it, and I really can't. That movie, it's all about because it's about this guy. His name is Mr. Nobody, and you don't really know what his life is like. He's like the last human alive in like 20 whatever. The last like natural human, like the last human to actually die, because in this hypothetical world, humans don't die; they're immortal, and he's the last one to like actually die. He's like 100 and something years old, but he's talking about his life, and he talks about multiple things, like multiple lives that he's lived, but like obviously there's no way that he's done all these things throughout his lifetime, and it's just all about the essentially what it boils down to is choices that you make in your life and how different paths could go um, for the rest of your life based on one choice that you make, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So fantastic movie. I absolutely love it. Jared Leto is good in it. So that's my number 5.
Okay. Well, my number 4 is Juno.
Ooh.
It, for a lot of reasons, but I mean, it's a girl trying to become herself in a very um extraordinary circumstance, in that she's pregnant and she's still a teen.
Mhm.
It has Michael Cera in it,
Mhm.
and it's just, as a movie, it's really good. It's also one of the first movies that I've ever seen that's written in a very specific way. Like I never a lot of the movies that I'll like talk about from now on are movies that I have, like, the first of their kind that I'd seen. And I think it kind of grew. The reason I like them as coming of age films and as films in general is because they kind of helped me, my film taste come of age, if that makes sense. Like, I
Okay.
didn't know a comedy could be written that way, and I didn't know a character, especially a woman, could be so fast and funny, and that it just taught me that women, especially young women, can have agency in movies, and they don't have to just be like that. But just because, like, she was pregnant and, like, she had, like, the movie could have easily been about her dad or about Michael Cera, but it was about her, you know?
Yeah. Okay. I haven't seen all of this movie.
Juno?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good. It's very good.
I mean, I bet.
Okay.
That's your number 4?
Yeah.
Well, my number 4 is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Now,
So,
when I think of, I feel like when a lot of people think of coming of age, like this is one of them. Especially like people. When did this movie come out? I don't know when it came out, but I feel like people my age, like they'll think of this movie when they think of coming of age movies, and I don't know. I really like this movie.
have, have you
Huh?
read the book?
I have. Yes, I have. I read it after I saw this movie, but uh, sometimes I'll think about this movie and I'll be sad. I don't know if you've seen it,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a. I feel like it talks a lot about like depression, and I don't know. I can't think of a lot of movies, especially during this time, that like, or the ones that I saw that talked about like serious topics like that. But
Especially not with teens.
yeah,
I feel like with teens, it's always like there's a new wave of showing real mental, just mental, like, hurdles that like teenagers have to go through, but in a very real and respected way. Like, I feel like in the past it would just be, oh, he's moody or he's emo,
mm-hmm,
but movies now really respect teenagers and the struggles that they go through, and they don't just trivialize them.
yeah, and this was I feel like one of the when I think of movies that go fall under that category that what you're describing, it's probably this was the first one I'll think of. So
Yeah.
that's on the list.
Okay. So my top 3 were really hard to categorize, or not categorize, but to rank.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel pretty good about it. So number 3 is the most recent one on my list, but it's Booksmart.
Mm.
It what's really cool about watching Booksmart before I watched Superbad was there is a lot of parallels. I think if I was, I don't want to compare them, but I will. But I do like the way Booksmart. I don't. Well, I so the reason I don't want to compare them is because I feel like Superbad it was very good, a very good teen party movie for its time, and Booksmart is the like upgrade to that.
Yeah.
Where they're both very good in their own right, but Booksmart is a very like now kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just very smart. Wow. Well,
Oh
it is very like I meant to say funny, but I like said smart because I was looking at the word book smart. But it is also very smart. But it's just very funny. It's I kind of like the adventures, the misadventures they go on a little bit more in this one. It doesn't really break off like how Superbad does. It's just them two. I think they're very funny. I like that a lot of the actors are not as well known.
my.
Um, I also I bet she found it annoying, but I also kind of like too that the character in this movie, like how so Jonah Hill, his sister is what is in Booksmart, and she's basically his character, but in
Yeah.
Booksmart. And
Yeah.
I kind of like I don't know if it was me and like I was always compared to my brother, I would kind of maybe feel annoyed, but I kind of like it. I feel like it's a very like I don't know, like when I watched it and how the way she would yell at people and how she got really angry, it just I could just see Jonah Hill. And so I like that I can see that parallel, and I kind of like when I like see siblings, or like I bet some people when they listen to our podcast they're like, "Oh, they sound like each other right now." And I like that like string where you can see like, "Oh, I bet if I saw her mom yelling at somebody, then she sounds exactly like them." But
Yeah.
they have like a very specific way that they act in certain parts, but yeah.
Okay.
It's a very good movie. It's very funny.
Yeah. That was number 3, right?
Yes.
Okay. My number 3 is eighth grade.
Ooh,
Um,
okay.
I don't know. There's not much to say about it. I mean, eighth grade going to middle school is a very dark time
It really
for a
is.
lot of people.
Yeah.
And Bo Burnham did a great job of I feel like showing that. And that score, boy, you thought this episode was gonna be not me talking about scores. You're wrong. Eighth grade, that score, absolutely fantastic. I think what I will be remiss if I don't mention her name. I think it's Anna Meredith.
Yeah.
She, I have that pretty much that entire score in my. Like I listen to it when I do homework, and I'm just like, whoa, that hit
She
hard.
she did something.
She did something to me, making me do my linear algebra homework extra sad. But yeah,
It is
that
very yeah.
yeah, it's also really funny. Um, I mean, Bo Burnham was really funny, but and it felt real. So that's why it's my number 3.
Okay. My number 2. I wonder if you have it in your top 2. But my number 2 is Napoleon Dynamite.
That's so funny. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, it's not in mine because I don't know if
Oh.
I'd consider it.
Okay, see,
Like,
that's why I put it because this is one of the first movies I think of when people say coming of age, but it's not really I'm not like the other girls. It's not really one that a lot of people think of, but I think it's like one of the perfect coming of age.
mm.
Because but like it shows the reason I'll explain why. So the reason why it's perfect
Oh yeah, I
for a
got you.
coming of age is because it shows it like what I was saying, how it doesn't end, like you're always coming of age. This movie shows that in almost every step of the way, except for like younger than high school,
Hmm.
where you have Uncle Rico, you even have their is it I think the aunt? I don't know who the old
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's the aunt. I don't know. But she's kind of going through a phase, and then Uncle Rico's going through shit. Then you have Napoleon. You know, like all these
Everyone.
people, Kip, all these people are going through something, and it shows you like these imperfect people are having. They're so imperfect, but they're like so real. Even in a very, it's a very weird, it's a very weird like setting, and the movie is set in a very weird world, but it feels so real.
Yeah.
It's one of the first movies, like going back to what I said about Juno, like it's one of the first movies I've seen where I was like, holy shit, I didn't know you could do that. Like it was, I think it was one of the first indie movies that I've seen, but also felt like that I've fallen in love with.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's been our childhood. That movie.
Yeah, but it's so good. And I think it shaped a lot of my, it's one of those movies I can point to that I directly know like a lot of my humor comes from that movie
Oh yeah.
because we watched it so often. So, yeah,
I'm
that's
a
why I
little
just love that movie. It's perfect.
little ashamed I didn't even think about that movie.
Well, I'm just
But
better than you.
I guess
All right, what's your
my
number
number
two?
2 is Donnie Darko.
Okay,
Have you ever seen it?
I have.
What do you think?
A little too weird for me.
Well, too weird? I like
Yeah, I like it. I like a lot of weird movies, but for me, it was like, eh.
I gotcha. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. I really like this movie more so than the others, so that's why it's on this list.
Okay.
That's why it's where it is in this list. I have more to say about my number ones, but Donnie Darko,
Oh, I forgot
Jake
you have two
Gyllenhaal,
number ones.
fantastic. Yes, I do. Yes, boy. Go. You go. Number one.
All right, my number one is eighth grade.
Ooh,
I
snaps.
think eighth grade is. I said this about Napoleon Dynamite, but eighth grade is, I think, a perfect movie.
Uh-huh.
There's some things in Napoleon Dynamite where I'm like, could do without, but like eighth grade
Whoa.
is.
Whoa there. Take it easy. What are you talking about? What can you do with that in Napoleon Dynamite?
Um,
You're wrong. Whatever it is.
Probably. Yeah, I'm probably wrong. But either way, eighth grade is. I think it's perfect in a lot of ways, but when we're talking about coming of age, I think it's perfect. It's especially for the time. Like I don't know if mom and dad could relate to eighth grade as much as we can, so I think that's why I like it so much. Because there's a lot of movies that are universal and you could see it, and like Brooklyn, for example, it was Brooklyn set in like I don't know exactly what time, but it was set a long time ago. But you don't have to be you didn't have to be born or like live in that time to kind of appreciate it. But I feel like eighth grade was a very um it's a movie that's grounded in so many feelings that a lot of kids now are feeling.
Yeah.
Um and like I said about I don't know which movie I said this about. Oh, about when you were talking about Perks of Being a Wallflower. Bo Burnham, he and the way just everything about this movie, even to the way he talks about it in like interviews, and how much he respects teens and how much he respects like what kids are going through now, and he doesn't. Even though he is a comedian and he takes things as jokes and he like makes jokes, he also still you can tell he cares so much about what this movie's talking about and how he jokingly it's like a joke when he says it but like not where he says a lot of the people that he can relate to are like eighth grade girls because they feel things in such a real way. And I don't know, like this the casting was so good. The way she would talk, like I still talk like that now. People can like hear it in my voice where I like hesitate and don't really say things exactly how I want to. And he just put all of that in a movie and packaged it so like neatly and like in an amazing, like you said, like with the score, with how her she would do her YouTube videos. Like it kills me every time I watch that scene where she's in the restroom at the pool party,
Oh,
but he plays the audio of that of um of her like talking about how to be at a party and how it's showing that she's so awkward and she doesn't want to talk to anybody, but she's telling people through her YouTube video, just go and be yourself. People will like you, and she doesn't believe it, and it's just so sad, but
yeah.
it's so real. Oh, I love that movie. It just like everything in that movie, I felt so heavily. But yeah, I could
I
talk about it
get
for
that.
hours. I love that
I
movie.
get that.
All right.
All right. My number ones. So I have Boyhood. Boyhood. I mean, that movie, like just the production behind it. It took over what 12 years
Mm-hmm.
to make that movie. Literally coming of age took 12 years, and it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but that felt real. Like it, I don't know. All of these, like I feel like in order for like we both thought about these and we're like, what felt real? Because coming of age, you need to connect with them, and you need to feel like, oh yeah, I've experienced something like that, or something
Yeah.
similar to that, or I can relate to something like that. This movie just does that. Um, I mean, to a certain extent, like I haven't been through what like the characters go through,
Yeah.
but like I could see that. I could see someone going through that. And the other is Moonlight. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
Moonlight is that's a perfect movie.
Yeah. I struggled with putting it on, with not having it on my list.
Yeah,
But
that those two are number ones.
yeah.
But what? Let me
Well, I
say
was
but
gonna
what?
say I feel like I like this topic because you could tell a lot. I mean, you could tell a lot through people through their favorite movies in general, but you can tell a lot about like how somebody grew up or how they are now through the like if I were to see everybody's like top 5,
Yeah.
because I wanted to put something like Moonlight, but for me I wanted like I kept gravitating towards putting like comedies.
Okay.
But I don't know what this is about me, but I think I don't know. For me it's easier to relate to a comedy because I try to be that's just like the way I cope with things is through like jokes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I do yeah, Moonlight is very good.
Yeah, looking at these, none of these are funny. These are all sad. Like all
So
these movies
you're
are
a sad
sad.
boy.
I'm a sad boy. That's what I am.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our top 5/6 coming of age movies. Let's see what you guys had to say about it. What a segue. What a segue. All right.
Do
All
you
right.
have them?
I do have them up.
Okay.
Should I say who said who?
Um
Nah. We don't.
no, because like I said, I didn't say that we would. For one we can.
Surf's Up?
Well, no, you read the whole thing.
Oh,
Moonlight, no
no
way.
way.
Surge up, surf sub.
The disrespect on Moonlight. And the fact that you didn't even the disrespect on Surf's Up, you didn't even spell it right. Oh my gosh. But Surf's Up, I don't know. I guess a coming of age penguin flick. That's a funny movie though. That's a funny movie.
All
Shia
right,
LaBeouf
moving
it is
right along.
greatest.
Perks of Being a Wallflower, somebody said, and then Book Smart was
Yeah,
another one.
classic.
Okay, Three Amigos, but so mom
Okay.
put that. I'm gonna expose her
Yeah.
ass. So she put that, and then I put at the bottom of it. I don't think you know what coming of age means, and she said, "Don't question my selection."
I
But I
mean,
guess once you're oh no, I was gonna make no, I'm not gonna make fun of her. I was gonna make a really mean joke.
oh, I got you. I
What?
already know.
Like an old joke?
Yeah.
You know, say when I mean when you're born in the 20s, I guess like no, she wasn't born in the 20s, more like the 40s.
The roaring.
Yeah, then you look to Steve Martin for like how you should grow up.
I mean,
Damn.
the argument can be made. Like I said, if
I
you
know.
feel like you could.
Three Amigos is not though. She
Mm,
just because
mm.
we talked about it before.
Yeah.
And then we got 5 feet apart, which wouldn't have I wouldn't have picked that one either. Like it didn't come to mind as like a coming of age because I think at first I think of a romance, but it is actually a really good like. Have you seen it?
Okay.
Oh God.
Here's the thing. I remember watching the trailer of that and I was like, oh man, I've never seen that movie. That looks bad. I will admit.
You know what? Okay, so I thought I wouldn't like it either, but I actually did. It's not bad.
It reminds me of the movie Everything Everything, which is by far the worst movie of all time. And I was like,
Oh, no, it's not.
I'm not gonna do that.
I've seen that. No, it's not. It's not like that. It's better
Okay.
than that one. But yeah, that is actually that's one of the out of the box ones I wouldn't have thought of, but it's pretty good. And then Moonlight.
Classy.
We got like a bunch of different ones. I don't think we would have had a Moonlight repeat if Surf's Up didn't eclipse Moonlight. Um, and then the last one was Lady Bird,
Lady Bird.
which I liked, but yeah,
Yeah.
it just didn't make my
Yeah.
tops.
I mean, Lady Bird is a good one. There's a lot more. I was looking up.
Yeah, there's a
Like
lot of good
coming of
ones.
age that just didn't make the cut. There's a lot like 16 Candles,
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
I don't identify with those though. Like,
Yeah.
I think, like I said, it's if mom was like serious about answering it, I feel like maybe she or like dad would pick one of those just because
It's
they,
their generation's
yeah.
Juno or 8th grade, whatever. But
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I'm not in my 50s. Like, no, I'm kidding. I don't know because I'm not their age, but like, I think it would be hard to pick like 8th grade as one of their favorite coming of age because I feel like they're so separated from 8th grade and it looked so different to be in 8th grade because there wasn't like internet or like what we have now.
yeah, like
I
Stone
mean, there
Tap.
was internet.
Stone Tap is hard to
No,
come
I
come by.
literally didn't mean to like make that a joke. What I meant was like YouTube.
Yeah, we got you. We
I'm gonna
got
get
you.
a call after this. No, I meant there's no like internet how we know it now. God
There's
damn.
no saving yourself, bro. It's
That's okay.
gone.
I already made so many old jokes about her. Um
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to make a timeless coming of age movie. Like people
Yeah.
people will watch this or listen to this podcast. I mean, no one will listen to it when it comes out, but like if someone listens to this 10 years from now, people will be like 8th grade, like the hell? TikTok wasn't even on that. You know what I
Oh
mean?
god.
Like no
Yeah.
one's it's hard to make a timeless coming of age film. I mean, maybe there is one, but I can't
I
think
mean,
of.
I for sure still enjoy something like 16 Candles, but I just
Yeah.
don't really.
It's hard to put something above everything on your list when you can't entirely relate with it.
Mhm.
So there's that. That's
That's that on that.
yeah, that's that on that. Thank you everyone for responding to our story on Instagram. If you didn't, do so next time. We have our Instagram is Brother Sister Show. And then yeah.
All right, what's your pick?
All right. So my pick for next episode is Game Over Man. It's on Netflix.
Oh
This
my
one is
god.
on Netflix. This movie had me laughing so hard. And this is kind of it's so funny. It's a really funny movie. I can't say that. It has that guy from I don't know his name. Yeah, I don't know his name. He's in Dope. He's like the hacker dude. He has a really curly hair. You have the same haircut as him.
And Dope?
Yeah, he's a ginger. He's also in a show that you really like.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh man,
What movie is Dope?
you don't know Dope? Oh my! I think his
Wait,
name is Blake Anderson. Maybe is that him?
he's in a show I really like?
Blake Anderson. Yeah, yeah.
What show do I really like?
Workaholics.
I've literally never seen Workaholics in my entire life.
You've never seen
I've
Workaholics?
never seen Workaholics. How did you get the idea that I like that show so much?
I thought you really like Workaholics.
I've never seen a single episode.
Hold on, this is like really blowing my mind.
Yeah,
You've never seen Workaholics?
I've never seen an episode of Workaholics.
Bro, who does?
I don't know.
I don't talk to that many people. That's the
Haley?
thing. I don't think she does.
David?
Anyways, he's in workaholic. Oh, maybe. We boiled it down already.
Two
Blake
people.
Blake Anderson,
Okay.
um, the Adam. I don't know these people.
Fine.
Yeah.
How do you say it? Wait, say the third guy's name. I want to hear you say it. Actually know how to say his name.
I don't know his name. Hold on, let me look at. I'm not even like I remember these names from my from memory. It has a 5.4 on IMDb. I guess we could still do duos.
No, we can't. We can do teams.
There you go.
Or
Is it
well,
Anders?
actually, it would be a trio because even in Superbad, it was a trio.
Oh, yeah. We'll say that's why I picked this. Anders Holm? Hom?
Anders.
Anders?
Hmm.
Oh, that sounds pretentious. It's Anders.
I feel like if he corrects you.
Anyways, it's
Anders.
game over, man. That's the movie.
Alrighty.
It was a long road to get there.
We got there.
Wow, that's so funny. But yeah.
Alrighty, I'm excited. Not really, but
I, I know you're not gonna like this movie. I know
I've
you're
already
not.
seen it.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
We'll save it for the next time.
Spoiler, you did not. That's so
Uh,
funny.
eh.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for listening. Um, follow us on Instagram, Brother Sister Show. Send us an email at thebrosispod@gmail.com for anything. If you just want to talk, we'll reply.
You just want to talk. If you're lonely,
Yeah, I mean, why not?
go see Parasite.
Go see Parasite. Go see Zombieland 2. It's Livia's favorite movie. If you don't get anything from this podcast, I want you all to know that that is her favorite movie.
Go watch Pineapple Express.
They don't know why, but
Yeah,
yep.
just go see it.
Go see it.
Just revisit.
All right. Thank you guys again. See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.